There are some places in this world where reality feels like it's been ripped straight out of a nightmare. These are not movie sets or special effects. They're real locations that make you question how something so terrifying can exist on Earth. From towns frozen in time to forests that seem alive with dark energy, these places don't just look haunted, they feel haunted. So lock your doors, turn down the lights, and get ready for a chilling journey through real places that feel straight out of a horror movie. Pripyat, Ukraine. Once a thriving Soviet city, Pripyat was home to over 40,000 people, until April 26, 1986, when the Chernobyl nuclear power plant exploded, unleashing one of the worst disasters in human history. Within hours, the entire city was evacuated, leaving everything behind: toys, books, even dinner plates still on tables. Today, Pripyat stands silent, swallowed by nature and time. The Ferris wheel in the amusement park still creaks in the wind. Rusted cars line the streets, and the school halls are littered with gas masks too small for the children who once wore them. Walking through the city feels like stepping into a horror film where humanity simply vanished overnight. The eerie quiet is broken only by the sound of wind moving through broken windows, a haunting reminder that life here ended in an instant, and the shadows never left. Aokigahara Forest. At the foot of Mount Fuji lies Aokigahara, a dense forest so quiet and disorienting that even compasses spin uncontrollably. Known as the Suicide Forest, it's infamous for the number of people who have entered and never returned. The trees grow so thick they block out the sun, and the silence is suffocating. Local authorities regularly patrol the area, removing signs of tragedy and leaving only eerie reminders: shoes, ropes, and photographs left hanging on branches. Some visitors report hearing distant whispers or seeing figures moving between the trees when no one else is around. It's said the forest absorbs pain, trapping lost souls in its roots. Even those who enter with curiosity often describe a heavy, unnatural sadness that clings to the air. If horror movies had a real-world stage, Aokigahara would be it. A place where nature itself seems to mourn. Centralia, Pennsylvania. Imagine a quiet American town where the ground beneath your feet is on fire. In 1962, a coal seam caught fire under the small mining town of Centralia, and it's been burning ever since, over 60 years later. The flames underground caused sinkholes, toxic gas leaks, and smoke rising from cracks in the earth. The government forced residents to leave, but a few refused, claiming they couldn't abandon their homes, even as the town literally collapsed around them. Today, Centralia is nearly deserted, with roads that split open like scars and temperatures hot enough to melt rubber soles. The most chilling part: the fire could burn for another 250 years. When you walk through the smoke-filled streets, you can almost imagine the monsters that might crawl out of the glowing cracks. Centralia isn't fiction. It's a real-life horror that never ends. The Island of the Dolls. Hidden deep within the canals of Xochimilco near Mexico City lies one of the most haunting places on Earth. La Isla de las Muñecas, the Island of the Dolls. In the 1950s, Don Julian Santana moved there seeking solitude, but his peace shattered when he discovered the body of a drowned girl and her floating doll. To appease her restless spirit, he hung the doll on a tree, but one became hundreds. Over the years, he covered the island with decaying dolls, headless, eyeless, their faces cracked and limbs dangling lifelessly. Visitors swear their eyes follow them, and soft whispers echo through the night. Eerily, Don Julian himself later drowned in the same spot as the girl, sealing the island's sinister legend forever. Poveglia Island. Off the coast of Venice drifts Poveglia, a small, forbidden island long feared as the gateway to hell. In the 1700s, it became a quarantine zone for plague victims, where tens of thousands were left to die and burned in mass graves. The soil itself is said to be mixed with human ash. In the 1920s, a psychiatric hospital opened there, and the horror deepened. Patients claim to see ghosts and hear screams echoing through the halls, while the hospital's doctor allegedly performed twisted experiments before plunging from the bell tower to his death. Today, Poveglia remains abandoned and sealed off by authorities. Fishermen refuse to dock, and even from afar, visitors describe an oppressive sense of dread, as though the island is still watching. Hoia Baciu Forest. Romania has more than vampires. It has one of the strangest and most haunted forests in the world. Hoia Baciu, located near the city of Cluj-Napoca. This forest is famous for unexplained lights, glowing orbs, and electronic devices that suddenly fail inside its borders. But the strangest part is a clearing in the center. A perfect circle where nothing grows, not even a single blade of grass. Scientists have tested the soil and found no explanation. Locals say it's where UFOs landed, while others believe it's a portal between worlds. People who enter often describe time distortion, sudden anxiety, and the feeling of being watched. Some emerge with scratches on their skin or memories they can't explain. If you've ever wondered where reality starts to bend, Hoia Baciu is that place. The catacombs of Paris. Beneath the romantic streets of Paris lies a world of darkness and death. In the late 1700s, overflowing cemeteries forced officials to move millions of bodies into abandoned limestone tunnels beneath the city. Today, the catacombs of Paris stretch for hundreds of miles, with bones neatly arranged into eerie patterns, skulls stacked in walls, femurs forming crosses. Visitors describe an overwhelming feeling of dread as they descend deeper underground. The air is heavy, damp, and still. Even with flashlights, the darkness seems alive, whispering in your ears. Urban explorers who've dared to wander off the guided paths have vanished, never to be seen again. The catacombs remind us that beneath beauty lies horror, and beneath every city, the dead are always waiting. Hashima Island, known as Battleship Island. For its shape, Hashima was once one of Japan's busiest coal mining colonies. Thousands of workers lived here in concrete apartments built into the ocean, isolated from the mainland. But when the coal ran out in the 1970s, everyone left, and the island was abandoned almost overnight. Now, it's a decaying ghost city surrounded by endless sea. Windows are shattered, hallways flooded, and the ocean wind howls through empty buildings. The eerie silence and collapsing structures earned Hashima a feature in the James Bond movie Skyfall. But in reality, it's far scarier than fiction. Standing there, you can feel the loneliness, as if the island itself is mourning the lives that vanished with the tide. The Winchester Mystery House. In San Jose, California, stands the Winchester Mystery House, a mansion so bizarre it defies all logic. Built by Sarah Winchester, widow of the rifle magnate, it's said she was haunted by the spirits of those killed by her husband's weapons. To confuse them, she built her home into an endless maze, stairs leading to ceilings, doors that open into walls, and hallways that go nowhere. Construction continued non-stop for 38 years. Workers built rooms day and night under Sarah's strange orders, claiming she was guided by spirits. She died in 1922, leaving behind a mansion with over 160 rooms and a reputation for being one of the most haunted homes in America. Visitors still report footsteps on the stairs, doorknobs turning by themselves, and cold drafts that appear out of nowhere. Some say Sarah never left, still wandering her maze, trying to keep her ghosts confused. So which of these real-world horror movie settings would you dare to visit? Let us know in the comments. And if you love eerie stories like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Because the world's scariest places aren't fiction. They're out there, still waiting in the dark.